Hello to all you lovers out there. Welcome back to Meaningful Motivations with Tracy Erickson. And of course, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tracy Erickson, and this is going to be the Valentine's Day double Pick-a-Pile Tarot reading. So we will have two Pick-a-Pile Tarot readings in this video today. We are going to start with all of you who are in a couple or in a relationship or some type of union. So if you are coupled up at this time, you can go ahead and choose one of these three piles. This is pile number 1 for couples. This is pile number 2 for couples. And this is pile number 3 for couples. And of course, if you are single, there will be a timestamp for the singles tarot readings in the description box of this video. So go ahead and find the singles reading there, and your timestamps will follow. All right, couples, let's go ahead and get started with couples pile number 1. Hello to all you couples who chose pile number 1. I have already pre-shuffled 3 of the Psychic Tarot for the heart. So let's just get started with those right away. The first card here is Simply Love. The second card is Shine. And the third card is the Third Eye Chakra. All right, you guys. So it looks like in your relationship, there is a lot of love shared. It's possible that you guys also have children together, based on obviously the image that I see there. And the love that you share in your relationship is also what you are giving to your prosperity. So the love that you share is also something that you teach, whether you know it or not. Next, we have that Shine card because, I feel like when you are giving and receiving love, your heart just opens up and you're able to shine outward. So I feel like the more love that you can give, the more love that you can receive. So with Simply Love being the first card that came out, I just feel like your relationship is very loving and supportive of you growing in all ways. And we have this Third Eye Chakra card as well. So I do feel like that is asking you to kind of pay attention to the images that you're seeing in your mind, the thoughts that you are perpetuating. So it's possible that you might need to take a little control of what's taking place or choose your thoughts wisely in a particular way regarding this relationship. But all in all, I feel like you're feeling supported. You're feeling able to be yourself in your relationship as long as, as long as you continue to feel, supported. But I think all in all, you are supported both by this relationship, either in the relationship with your partner, but also for some of you, your partner and your entire family, including children. And then with that Third Eye Chakra card, I feel like you're also able to envision something for yourself and your family that you want the future generations to see. All right, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this deck. It's the Soulmate Manifestation Love Oracle. And I'm just going to shuffle this deck 3 times. And I'm going to pull a few cards for you guys for a little clarity on pile number 1. All right, let's see what oracle messages come out for you guys. The first one we have here is travel. I want to experience the world with you. We have so much to explore. So it's possible with that Third Eye Chakra card as well that you've been thinking about travel. You've been wanting to get out and explore. So it is possible that in this upcoming year that you guys might actually do that. Next, we have the Family card, which is very interesting with that Simply Love card. I'm excited about starting a family with you and creating new traditions. So for some of you, you might be just starting out as a family. And for some of you, you already have the established family. But now what you want is, it's almost like you're envisioning this new direction that you want to go as far as the traditions, the things that you follow as a family unit. So look out for that in the upcoming days. And we have alignment. Like a cosmic match made in heaven, we are magically aligned. We fit together so naturally. I feel like your family is very important to you. I feel like that has been what keeps you aligned. I feel like your family, your partner, even your ideas for the future keeps you in alignment with your own spirit. I feel like you definitely feel like the stars aligned when you met your partner, and there's a lot of love that you guys share between each other. You have a lot of ideas of what you can do together and what you can create, where you can go, and how you can share your life together. This is a beautiful connection as long as you allow it to be with your own thoughts as well, with that third eye chakra card coming out. All right, you guys, now I'm just going to shuffle the wisdom of the Oracle deck a few times, and I'll pull 3 cards as a final message for all of you couples who chose pile number 1. All right, so we have the Come to the Edge card. And what I see here too is these hearts just flowing and dancing around with her as she goes to the edge. So I feel like it might be a good time for you to start to take new kind of risks in love in your relationship and keep things a little spicy. Bring it to the edge a little bit. You know, don't let things get stagnant on this. And you also have the Yin card. So with the Yin card, this is all about being receptive and open to receive. Be open to receive the love that your partner has to give. Be open to really listen when they're speaking to you. And, you know, really feel the connection between one another rather than only the outer expression of that. And finally, we have the Chop Wood card. So as you guys kind of come to the edge in this relationship, spice things up a little bit. You know, open yourself up to receive each other more. And then with this Chop Wood card, it's like, just maintain. It's like, what that card is telling me is that you need to just maintain this love that you give and receive to each other. And, you know, I think that that is going to be the key to happiness in this relationship, is just to maintain that. Because this Chop Wood card with the image of the broom and all that, you know, and chop wood, carry water, being something you have to do no matter what. It's like, sometimes even when the relationship feels like a chore, it is always still a blessing. So just continue to put in the work necessary to keep things going well and to stay open to receive each other. And it looks, all in all, that this is a very genuine and connected love that you guys share. All right, pile number 1. This is the end of your reading. So if it resonates with you, don't forget to click that like button. And of course, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Thank you all so much for being here and spending your time with me. I love you. And now it's time to move on to couples pile number 2. Hello to all of you who chose pile number 2. So I went ahead and pre-shuffled 3 of the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one that comes out is the Crown Chakra card. The second one is the Win or Lose card. It looks like it's a sword that is stuck in the ground. And finally, we have the Solar Plexus chakra. All right. Okay, so I feel like there is this need, this desire, I feel like there's definitely a need to take a look at the thoughts here regarding this relationship. So what have you been kind of stubbornly sticking your sword into the ground about? Win or lose, right? I feel like there's a need to take a look at the thoughts and the connection with your own intuition now, not so much the lower chakras, like, the ego. I feel like you really need to think about something, about this thing that maybe you've been a little stubborn about there, or possibly your partner has been stubborn about within this connection. And we have the solar plexus chakra as well. So that has a lot to do with like your personal power and confidence, right? So I feel like sometimes in this relationship, there's a little bit of stubbornness or a refusal to share truth based on like trying to maintain this outer appearance of something. Or, it's like almost counterproductive or counterintuitive at times. All right, I don't know if this is you or the person you're in a relationship with. But I do think that there is just this need right now to look at the thoughts surrounding this situation, as well as the attitudes and like how you're using, your own outer expression, your confidence, your self-value in some way is connected to this thing, this thing that is kind of a stubborn thing in this relationship. I'm going to go ahead and get a little clarity, you guys. So I'm going to shuffle the Soulmate Manifestation Love Oracle. And I'm just going to give this a few shuffles now and pull a few cards from this deck for some clarity for all of you who chose pile number 2. For all you couples who chose pile number 2. The first card we have here is gratitude. And it says, I am open to receiving and giving love. With joy and gratitude, I welcome you into my life. So I do feel like the thoughts should be, maybe it's time to refocus your thoughts towards gratitude, towards the blessings that this person brings into your life. Sometimes we think too much about what's gone wrong or about what someone said or did that maybe hurt us, and it makes our heart feel a little hardened, right? But honestly, the best way to get past that is with gratitude, because gratitude keeps your heart open and receptive to the blessings that you have in your life. And this person is a blessing in your life when you think about it. Next, we have lessons. There are still lessons I have to learn before I can be ready to be with you. So maybe not necessarily that you're not with the person, but there are still lessons here before you can really put your guard down and stop being so stubborn about a particular situation. Again, there's a lesson that needs to be learned about your own self-value and worth, your confidence. But once you kind of tap into that, I feel like everything's going to be fine, because there's still a lot of love here, even through the stubbornness, right? And finally, we have friend. We share a connection with a mutual friend or acquaintance. So whoever this person is, I do feel like other friends in your life, people that you share friendships with, will have a lot to do with helping you here. Maybe helping you to find that confidence or self-value that is needed in some way to connect with gratitude about this situation. Kind of release this challenge that you have in your mind that you don't want to let go of. Also, I feel like you are this relationship started maybe as friendship as well. So maybe you need to just reconnect as friends. That is another possible message from that card as well. So I feel like whatever it is in this relationship, I feel like there's like a stubbornness, not wanting to share a full truth regarding something, but that truth could really deepen your relationship if you let it. All right. So it's like time to just I feel like it's time to get the confidence to let that go. And I think that, there's definitely going to be a lesson here for you within this situation. And once you can learn whatever that lesson is, possibly with the help of a friend and with the help of gratitude, then once you learn, you'll be able to release that almost stubbornness regarding your own expression of truth. All right, pile number 2. Now I'm going to shuffle the wisdom of the Oracle deck a few times, and I'm going to pull 3 final cards for all of you couples who chose pile number 2. Let's see here. The first one we have here is by the book. So it could be about, this stubbornness could be all about following instructions, following the way things have been, or something along those lines. But then that's followed up with a change in the wind. And look, that's number 11. This is number 12. I feel like there needs to be a change from the way things have been going previously. Okay, there's new rules in town. And finally, we have the never-ending story. And I'm trying to look here. Okay, in this little hourglass that she's sitting on top of, it says, "Love me. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no." I feel like there's times where within this relationship, it's either you or the other person. I feel like there's times where it's like you feel loved, and then times that you don't feel loved. One minute I'm feeling loved, the next minute I'm not feeling loved. Right? So I do feel like that is kind of a recurring theme here. But I feel like maybe at times this is where the untruth lies. So is the truth that they love me or they love me not? Or do I love them or do I love them not? Right? So I think that rather than just following the tradition of the way things have been going, it's time to change something in this relationship, in this particular relationship, and start to share some type of truth. Because it can't always be yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. It's either yes or it's no. Okay? So it's like, it's time to stop flip-flopping in the relationship for one or both of you. And it's time to change some things, to break free from the past and to move forward, learning something new from the situation with gratitude. All right, pile number 2. If you resonate with this reading, go ahead and click that like button and feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Thank you all so much for being here and spending your time with me. I love you. And now it's time to move on to couples pile number 3. Hello to all of you couples out there who chose pile number 3. So I've already pre-shuffled 3 of the Psychic Tarot for the Heart cards. So let's go ahead and get started with those. The first card that came up is Feeling Alone. The second card is Open Up. And the third card is Manifest. Ooh, interesting. All right, and with that red and blue coming together, I just feel like, yeah, there's something you want to create here for sure with that Manifest card. But possibly something you want to create together, right? With the person that you're in a relationship with. Or in some type of union with. But there is an obstacle right now in the relationship because you're feeling alone. So I feel like this could be by choice. Maybe you've been spending a lot of time alone as you create something in your life, because this is the number 1 as well. 1 is the loneliest number. But then we have the Open Up card here. I feel like in some way in your relationship, you might have to open yourself up to let your relationship and what you want to create in the world come together. Because maybe your partner can actually help you here in some way, possibly. But I do feel like this time alone, or this time of feeling alone, is also helping you to increase your awareness of something that maybe you were ignorant of in the past as well. Something about yourself. I'm just thinking that because of the symbolism of that lantern, the lantern shining in the darkness here. All in all, another thing I'm seeing here is that this feeling of being alone, or this purposeful loneliness here, for some of you, has really opened you up and increased your power to manifest as well. Because I feel like it's just turning up your creative juices. Because you're able to, again, bring awareness into these darker places of yourself that you hadn't really taken the time to look at before. Probably just because you were always too busy doing other things, or, putting your attention elsewhere. But in these times where we feel alone, it can really open us up in new ways. All right, pile number 3. I'm going to shuffle the Soulmate Manifestation Love Oracle now. And I'm just going to shuffle this deck 3 times. And we're going to pull 3 cards for clarity on this couple's reading for pile number 3. All right. The first card you have here is Tribe. With all of our shared interests and goals, we could easily be part of the same community. So this could definitely be someone that is a part of a community with you. I do feel like at these times where you're feeling alone, there is possibly some other community that you can open up to find that sense of, community, that sense of intimacy with people. The next card was Distance. Though we are experiencing life in different locations right now, we are still so connected all the time. So I know for some of you, you are feeling alone in this relationship because there is a distance between you, an actual space difference. For some of you, maybe you're on different schedules, so you just can't really find the time to be together. So I feel like whenever you're feeling alone in the negative sense because of this distance in the relationship, that is when you should turn to a community of other people. And prosperity. We're going to be happier, healthier, and wealthier together. So I feel like the challenge here in this relationship for pile number 3 is definitely a sense of being alone, a feeling of isolation in the relationship, possibly due to it being a long distance relationship, or maybe one partner travels a lot and therefore there's a lot of distance between you. I think in general that you both agree that we are going to be happier, healthier, and wealthier together. So I think that you both know that once you can finally come together as one rather than being separate and alone, that is when the magic will really start to happen here in this relationship with that manifestation card. All right, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the Wisdom of the Oracle, and I'm going to pull 3 cards as a final message for all of you who chose pile number 3. All right, and look at here, we have Treasure Island. So I feel like no matter where you go, whether you're alone or not, as you travel through the world together, I do feel like you always have this treasure on your back, being this relationship. We have the Yang card. This is the card of action. So I do feel like it's almost time to try to take action to travel the distance you need to reach your own treasure island. Maybe it's time for some of you who are thinking about coming together. It is time to take that action to travel the distance you need to travel for that treasure, for that thing that you want to create, because we have the Yang card in the manifest. I feel like for some of you, you're just not taking action and it's time. And finally, we have the serendipity card. So if that resonates with you, whatever part, I feel like for some of you, this is definitely going to resonate because you've been seeing signs. You've been reading the messages the universe has been giving you. I feel like you've definitely been receiving signs telling you which way to go here in this relationship. And I feel like it's time to take action. It's time to stop feeling alone. It's time to open up to all the possibilities and to really manifest the destiny that you wanted to manifest in this relationship. There's no other way to find out if it's going to work than by just doing it. I also noticed that in this card, in the serendipity card, it's like she's taking hold of this clover and it's taking her away. So whatever you need to open up about, maybe there's something that you're closed off on sharing and that's the distance between you. Whatever the case may be, this could be your sign to close that distance, to take the action that you need to take to really take this relationship to the next level. You can create the relationship that you want. It's just, you got to get there. You got to get yourself together in order to do that. All right, pile number 3. If this reading resonates, don't forget to click that like button. And of course, feel free to leave a comment down below in the comment section. Thank you all so much for being here and spending your time with me. I love you. And now it's time to move on to the singles Pick a Pile Tarot readings. Hello to all of my singles out there. So if you are not currently in a relationship or union of some kind, then these are your Pick a Pile Tarot readings. So this is pile number 1 for singles. This is pile number 2 for singles. And this is pile number 3 for singles. So take a moment now and pick a pile. And I'll be sure to put the timestamps in the description box and in the comment section down below. So, singles, let's go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Hello to all of you singles who chose pile number 1. I have already pre-shuffled 3 of the Psychic Tarot for the Heart cards, so let's go ahead and get started with those. The first card we have here is Flow. The second card is Open Up. And the final card is Joy and Stability. Wow, you guys. It looks like if you chose pile number 1, even though you're single, you're definitely in the flow right now. I feel like you just have your groove on. You're following your heart. It's like you're opening up your mind to just kind of go with the flow. And that is what's bringing joy and stability to you at this time, pile number 1. Now, for some of you, it could almost be the opposite, right? You haven't been in the flow. You haven't been going with the flow. So this could be telling you to reach that peace, that joy and stability that you're looking for, that you do need to open up. It's time to open your heart. Open up your heart chakra and begin to just follow that. Make your heart be your compass, like it looks like in this image. He has his hand on his heart, and he's letting his life experience be guided by his heart. So I feel like for some of you, it is a need to open up. But again, for others of you, you are open. You have this open, going with the flow feeling right now. And it brings a lot of joy and stability into your life. All right, pile number 1. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the Soulmate Manifestations Love Oracle. I'm going to shuffle this deck 3 times, and we will get a few cards for your Valentine's Day reading, pile number 1. Okay, so we have the intuition card. Trust your intuition, for it knows the way to me. When you listen closely, love's whispers become clear. Wow, you guys. So if you are looking for love, literally just continue to follow your heart. Continue to go with the flow with that open heart. Follow your joy, because I feel like that is your intuition speaking through your heart. So if whether or not you're looking for love, you can use your intuition by continuing to follow what your heart wants, and that is always going to lead you to exactly what it is it seeks. All right, next we have partner. With our combined skill sets, we're going to make an amazing team. I do feel like there is a particular partner out there for you, whether you know it or not, and it's going to be someone that has a lot in common with you. You know, because combined skill sets. So yeah. And also we have the local card. You won't have to go far to find me, because I already live in your area. So this is someone that you could possibly meet just when you're out and about. You know, you could actually find a love partner just by going out and doing things that you love, like I already said. So you won't have to go far. You just have to continue to follow your heart if you are in the market for finding love. All right, but I definitely see something coming in as long as you continue to open up. Follow that flow that your heart is leading you to, and continue to follow your joy. And that is how it's all just going to come together for you in the end. All right, pile number 1. Now I'm just going to shuffle the wisdom of the Oracle deck real quick, and I'm going to pull 3 cards as a final message for all of you singles out there who chose pile number 1. The first card here is exchanging gifts. So again, it's like as you share your heart with the world will give back to you gifts that you never even expected. So it's reminding me of that partner card where it's like you have these combined skill sets. So I feel like as you share your talents with the world by exchanging gifts, I just always consider that to be like giving your own gifts to the world. That is also going to lead you where you need to go. And we have the leg up card, and that is lining up with open up and this partner card, right? So I do feel like there's a part of you that knows that your life will just have a little more support, a little more help, if you have a partner to share things with, right? And we finally get the happy card after that. So I do feel like no matter what, you are going to continue to follow your heart. You're going to continue to know what your heart wants, because I feel like you just know deeply what it is that makes you happy. You don't need a partner, but if you want one, then just continue to follow that flow of happiness, that joy and stability that you've always been able to create, and continue sharing your gifts with the world, and it's all going to fall together and come naturally for you guys. All right, pile number 1. If this reading resonates, don't forget to click that like button, and feel free to leave me a comment down below in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for being here and spending your time with me. I love you. And now it's time to move on to singles pile number 2. Hello to all you singles who chose pile number 2. I have already pre-shuffled 3 of the Psychic Tarot for the Heart cards, so we will get started with those first. And the first card we have here is Dedicated Effort. The second card we have is Manifest. And the third card we have here is Coming Together. All right, you guys, I do feel like It is possible that you guys have recently, ended a relationship. So if you chose pile number 2, this dedicated effort card, I see like he's alone, but he's painting an image of love, right? So I do feel like you're definitely taking this dedicated effort and trying to manifest love at this time. Or for some of you, not all of you, there is a dedicated effort to come together with someone that you have currently broken off with. But I think more in general, you are single and ready to mingle. So you're definitely taking this job of finding someone to come together with seriously. You're actually dedicated to the hunt, so to speak. All right, pile number 2. Now I'm just going to shuffle the Soulmate Manifestation Love Oracle. And I'm just going to shuffle this deck a few times and pull a few love oracle cards for you to see what's happening in the love department. The first card here is healing. I'm going through a process of healing and restoration so that I can be in optimal health again. So that's kind of lining up to with that dedicated effort. So I think part of manifesting a new relationship right now is to actually heal yourself from any past relationship trauma that has taken place. Heal your heart. And that's kind of what you've been dedicated to as well, pile number 2. The next one we have here is gratitude. I am open to receiving and giving love. With joy and gratitude, I welcome you into my life. So I think that this oracle card coming out aligned with the manifest card. I think a big part of the manifesting of a new relationship is really going to be to tap into gratitude. Gratitude opens you up to all of life's blessings. So be blessed now, even on your own, while trying to manifest a coming together with another. Because if you can't have gratitude while you're all by yourself, it's almost like the universe wants you to understand that first. Understand the blessings that you have, and the blessings will continue to come in. We also got the addiction card. I don't have room for you in my life right now because so much of my energy is focused on the wrong things. So again, I think just a refocusing of the energy to gratitude rather than to those things that are a distraction, those things that are energy drains, those things that are not serving you. Okay? So I do feel like as you are trying to manifest a relationship, the real work is to be dedicated to your own healing from those things that are no longer serving you. Whatever this represents. This could represent the wrong thoughts and attitudes you've been having. It could represent actual addiction to things. But it could also represent so many other things, like just literally focusing on the wrong things. Focusing on the energy drains of life, right? But with that gratitude card showing up right in the middle with manifest, I just feel like it's a simple shift of focus from what is not good for you to what is good for you is going to be a huge part of your healing. And that is, once that has taken place, that is when you can finally manifest that relationship to come into your life. Learn to love yourself first as part of your healing. That's your dedicated work right now. All right, pile number 2, I'm going to shuffle the wisdom of the oracle a few times. And I'm going to just pull 3 cards as a final message for your Valentine's Day message, pile number 2. All right, one more shuffle here. The first card is By the Book. So with this card really showing up and the healing card and all that, I just feel like it's time to follow your own rules at this time. Not to worry so much about anything else around you. I feel like you're in this stage of growth that is like, it's almost like a set of rules that you're creating for yourself that will bring you into this new way of thinking. And look, why? And look, this was by the book, and then this card has a book with wings. So I do feel like there should also be a seeking of self-knowledge taking place here. I think that is what is taking place for the healing. So as you can connect with your own inner self, your soul, and seek the whys in your life, why have things happened the way they have, but really is a self-knowledge type of seeking, that is going to be helping you along this healing journey as well, as you try to manifest this connection. And finally, we have the exchanging gifts card. The last pile got this one as well. I just feel like with the exchanging gifts, it's important to really put yourself out there too, to show the world what you have to give, because you can't stay in the box and expect someone to find you. You got to put yourself out there. All right. So this is a point in your life where really it should be about self-knowledge, seeking self-wisdom, some kind of self-healing, and putting yourself out there so that you can be seen. You can't hide and yet shine your light at the same time. You just have to shine your light. And that is when the things will come together for you. All right, so put your focus on gratitude. Put your focus on seeking knowledge of self-growth and development. And I feel like that's going to be what you need to manifest what it is that you want in your life at this time. It's a change of focus in your life. Focus should be taken off of what has been stealing your energy and put it on what gives you energy. So take your focus off the curses and onto the blessings. All right, pile number 2. If this reading resonates, don't forget to click that like button and feel free to leave me a comment down in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for being here and spending your time with me. I love you. And now it's time to move on to singles, pile number 3. Hello to all of you singles who chose pile number 3. So I've already pre-shuffled 3 of the Psychic Tarot for the heart cards. So let's go ahead and get started with those. The first card for all of you who chose pile number 3 is Giving and Receiving. The second card is Observe. And the third card is Third Eye Chakra. All right. You guys, the message that I'm getting right away here is if you chose pile number 3 for the singles, then it's time for you to kind of take a look at your own thoughts regarding how you give and receive energy with others, okay? So in some way, there's something that you can learn about yourself here when it comes to the way that you are interacting with the people in your life, the people around you. But not only that, it's also going to be important for you at this time to begin to observe your thinking. What are you imagining? What are you daydreaming about? These are all things that can reveal to you how you interact with other people, especially when it comes to relationships. Maybe you've also been daydreaming about somebody too. It's possible, with those messages being there as well, with these 2 cards being together. All right, pile number 3, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this one, the Soulmate Manifestation Love Oracle. I will shuffle these 3 times and we'll just pull a few cards regarding a possible love in your life or what's going on in that department. All right, the first one we have here is ego. Will your ego allow space for us to have an equal partnership? Oh, wow, you guys. This deck is going right in, isn't it? But it's basically really in alignment with what I was saying. It's time to observe how it is that you give and receive love. And also to observe your own thoughts, your attitudes, how you imagine things should go. All right. So is there, in some way, you have to look in the mirror here. In some way, you have to see, am I having a big ego in a certain situation? And am I giving as much as I want to receive in this relationship? Or am I being self-serving? I know that this is a single reading, so I'm not saying that you have a relationship. But if you are seeking a partnership of some kind, there is going to be some kind of ego check that needs to take place, it seems. And look, we get lessons. There are still lessons I have to learn before I can be ready to be with you. So again, I don't feel like any actual love is going to come in until there's something that's learned about the self, about how you give and receive energies. All right, and then we have baggage. Are you truly healed enough for me to walk into your life today? So that's a question from your future soulmate. Do you really feel like you're totally healed enough to allow love in? All right, so I do feel if you chose pile number 3 and you're single, that there is a little bit of past trauma that you're carrying around that you still need to learn from. And the reason you haven't yet is because it's a problem with the ego. Basically, your ego hasn't allowed you to take a look at this baggage to learn something from it. So now is the time to really observe your shadow, to observe the thoughts and attitudes you've been having, and to observe how you have given and received energy in the past. Because there's definitely a lesson there. And I don't want to be, I don't want you to think this is a bad reading, okay, pile number 3. If you think this is a bad reading, it's because your ego is getting in the way, okay? Because we all have these times in life where we need to stop what we're doing and really take a look at the whole picture and see from a different perspective than just from our own self-serving perspective, right? I think that this is a good one because if you're still listening to this message and receiving it, then you know that there's something that you really want to change or improve about yourself. But maybe you've been too afraid to look at it in the past. So it's time to just turn the mirror towards you, because both of these cards have a mirror on them, right? The ego and the baggage. It's only a matter of time, if you take a look at it, that you will finally learn a lesson that you're supposed to learn from all of this. All right, pile number 3, I'm going to shuffle the wisdom of the Oracle deck now a few times, and then I'm going to pull 3 cards as a final message for all of you singles who chose pile number 3. All right, this card literally came out for so many of you. We got by the book. I feel like the reason we're getting it for your reading, though, pile number 3, is because there's a certain set of lessons that you need to learn right now. And this is the number 11. So I feel like as you grow from infancy to adolescent to adult, through these stages of learning, I'm not talking about actual growth, by physical growth. I'm talking stages of learning, infancy, adulthood, Anyway, you do have certain stages of growth that you need to go through at this time, which is basically what this entire reading has been about already, okay? Next, we have community. So it's time to put yourself out there in new ways. Again, examine how it is that you give and receive energy. And what a better way to do that than to put yourself out there in the community and to really, create experiences that you can then learn from. Next card we have is Thinker. So again, look at how you're interacting with the world around you and really think about it. Because this is lining up with that third eye chakra card for a reason. it's confirmation that there's definitely something that needs to be learned right now about the past, likely. All right, so it's something that you really need to reflect on, how you've been exchanging energy with the people all around you and within your entire community, and take the steps necessary to actually grow into a greater version of yourself. All right, file number 3. That was your reading for today. So if it resonates, don't forget to click that like button. And if you're a viewer but not yet a subscriber, I would love for you to click subscribe down below. And once you have subscribed, you can turn on the notifications bell if you would like to be notified each and every time I upload a new video. Thank you all so much for being here and spending your time with me. I love you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.